Yes, I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of the DAHGRILDER podcast show. And yeah, I've been doing my strolling and trolling thing. Yeah, just trying to find some news, some game to hip y'all on. But before I get into that, I want to share this message with you. You feel me? Follow me. Now, the survival of mankind is at the brink of being able to be controlled. For years, we've destroyed rainforests, woodlands, and other natural ecosystems for the mammals and the species of this blue marble. We've overpopulated this planet. We've ignored the change in our climate. We've dismissed millions of meteors and meteorites and comets that barely miss us, trying to wipe us all out. All because we choose to be on different sides of humanity. But I'm here to share with you now the planet and its first inhabitants are attempting to reclaim balance. No Republican, no Democrat, no race, no gender is safe. We're not safe. From the battle between man and its first inhabitants of this blue marble. If you're a believer or not, animals roamed this planet years before man. Decades before any woman, or probably years before any woman. Eons. But looking back on our history, every species of great proportion stared in the face of extinction. We are now staring in the face of our extinction. Now, you know I do the weekly COVID update, but this is a little deeper than that. And I'm going to take you a little deeper because we're being distracted by a lot of things going on in the media, the Netflix, the poll ratings. We're being distracted. But my goal is to bring you something from my trolling and strolling. And it's a little disturbing, but it's there. You can Google it. You need to Google it. You need to do your own strolling and trolling and find out what's going on. Of course, the joke that's running out there with a lot of people is the shipping containers sitting outside over there in California. Now, I did cover this before, that's been going on for a long time. Those shipping containers have been sitting out there since the beginning of COVID. The beginning of COVID. They stopped the import and the export or slowed it down. Of course, we had the trade deals with China that kind of threw that to the side with Trump and everything, but they slowed down a lot of importing and exporting because we were being attacked. We were being attacked by a deadly virus that has now shown its face and it's attacking our kids. Now, this ain't a COVID, a vaccine episode. Don't even get into that. I'm about to give you something that's scary, something that's real. And if you heard that intro, that's what it's about, our survival. Now, of course, if you see all the misinformation, the conspiracy theories, and where it came from, researchers, the smart people, are actually trying to track where the SARS virus came from. They're trying to... SARS virus. Either way, the COVID-19 virus originated from. They are working diligently to try to find it. But of course, I came across, in my strolling and trolling, I came across something disturbing that China has been spreading what American media and disinformation people are finding to be misinformation. They feel that they're spreading it intentionally to throw off the actual blame on the live animal market in Wuhan. So they've been saying that basically China received, or the virus, COVID-19 virus, came to Wuhan through a lobster shipment that came in, a live shipment. Of course, the lobster deal has been a big thing since the tariffs with Trump, and they raised the prices and everything, but China is accusing America of sending that virus over, but there's no proof in it. They hadn't found any proof, but everybody's working together. It is an international thing. They're working together because we got people pointing their fingers. And when I say pointing their fingers, I'm not talking about pointing the fingers at who's right, who's wrong, but every country is suffering deaths. They're losing people. So they're trying to find out really who's responsible, who's at the base of all this, who's at the forefront of putting this deadly virus out there for millions and billions of humans, and that has humanity on this place, in this place where we have to argue back and forth we have to be distracted by fake news, fake reports, just different things in the media to keep us from realizing that we, humanity, we need to come together. And this ain't about no vaccine. This is about the truth that I'm about to give you. And hopefully you can take it. It's kind of outlandish. It sounds outlandish like I did yesterday about the pig organs, but hey, if you Google that, you know I'm not joking. You know it's true. So basically, in January 2019, researchers, the smart people, they concluded that bats, yes, I said bats, B-A-T-S, were the ancestral hosts for several cove viruses. I mean C-O-V. I'm not putting no dashes in there, nothing. They are the originators. They are the reservoirs. They are the ancestral hosts for the cove virus. Now, they have hopes for future studies to pretty much determine how this happened. They're trying to figure out how bats, B-A-T-S, can harbor multiple strains of the cove virus without severe disease, and whether it could jump from other animals to mammals to humans. So they're studying that. I do want to say that, but this is real information. You can Google it. But basically, we as humans, like I said, it is now. And if you've ever seen a bat, that's it. Everybody runs from bats. I don't know no big buff dude that's like, I'll take care of the bat, move, da-da-da-da. I don't know that. So, and I'm making light of it. You know, I make a couple of jokes. But this SARS-CoV-2 virus and the National Institute, I think it's National Institute of Health, they actually got support for this research in bats. And it was an approved grant under the Eco Health Alliance, a sub-award. Of course, that's a different type of grant, federal grant, but it was to the Wuhan Institute of Virology in Wuhan. And what they were doing was studying the animal coronaviruses. Basically, I guess at some point, and I did cover that in a COVID weekly update, that it was reported to the World Health Organization that China was ordering a lot of testing equipment for viruses. And of course, finding this report today, reading this, it kind of makes sense. So in January of 2019, or they began, I guess they discovered it, or from what I've read, they started looking at bats and trying to figure out why are bats holding these viruses and not dying. So the study was done to analyze the people who had contact with live animals and any type of wildlife industry. They wanted to see what was the chances of these people becoming infected with this bat coronavirus. And like I said, bats are the originators, the reservoirs for this dangerous virus that has now jumped. So they facilitated some infections, one test being SARS-CoV-1 of 2003 and SARS-CoV-2, of course, the one we're dealing with now, virus to infect those host cells. And they did find, of course, they used genetically modified mice to test this whole thing that originated from bats. And the study, it states that, of course, the bat coronavirus, and that is a real thing. You can Google it. The bat coronavirus was already present in China, but the study of human ACE2, which is angiotensin converting enzyme 2, that's in humans, they needed to study that to see if this bat coronavirus could bind with the human ACE2. And unfortunately, several of their experiments came out conclusive that yes, it could bind with the human ACE2, which is angiotensin converting enzyme 2. And per the CDC, there was no confirmed evidence that animals can transmit this to humans. So that's the beautiful part. Once the CDC comes in and they try to get down, like, okay, you got that information, that's good, but let's do some more due diligence and get deeper into this thing and see if it can actually be transferred to humans. and they found that there was nothing that supported the jump of this virus from humans or from the bats and animals to humans. Now, we've been trying as a country, as a world, to really get down to the root of where this thing came from, who brought it, who got it. But after I've done mine and I've done my reading, I can conclusively say to you that it's been here all along. And that was my fear when I started doing my COVID weekly updates. My fear was that I would have found something that suggested that we as man, we as woman, we as humans were being attacked. And I am sad to inform you that we are. We're not being attacked by man. Of course, that's what it looks like in the media, and that's what it looks like to everybody, that we are at war with each other. But we're not. Something is at war with us. The planet is trying to balance itself out. And you could be an anti-vaxxer, you could be an anti-masker, but people love their animals. You can be who you want on whatever side of this line you choose to be on. But this right here is for real. And I suggest you Google it. It is bat coronaviruses. Everything that they do is out there. This is public information. Now, of course, I'm the first one spitting it out there at the DAHGRILDER podcast show. So you'll see the media start to pick it up once one of them troll me. But I bring it back to you. We, as humans, we, humanity, and I'm going to share that message I shared in the beginning at this ending. We have to protect each other. We have to love each other. We have to realize that we have to stop being distracted by the media, because if this turns out to be the source, the confirmed source, because it's not confirmed, I'm just giving you some information. If this turns out to be the confirmed source of this deadly virus, what chance do we stand? Because like I said, we went through rainforests. We went through all of these beautiful places on this planet. We burned them down just to build homes. We've destroyed them just to build buildings. We've destroyed and offset the balance of our ecosystem to the point now those animals that were secluded. I think I learned this long time ago, that in the jungles in the Congo and in those deep in the bush, there are spiders and insects that will bite you and kill you immediately. We have not become, no scientist, no researcher can really get to them. So my point in saying that is, it makes sense that we destroyed all of these natural ecosystems for all of these mammals and animals and species that are probably carrying some deadly viruses. It makes sense that with we as man destroying this planet the way we have and destroying the way we are, that it fights back. They have movies upon movies. I'm not the creator of this theory. If you ever saw The Happening, M. Night Shyamalan's movie, the trees start fighting back. Now, I'm going to put my trust in the scientists, because I'm on the side of science, because this is all science. I didn't give it all to you. This is all science. They break it all down and show you how it's impossible that this virus could have transitioned, that it could have changed. So you have that, what changed it? What made this virus convert to something or jump to something? Yeah, you could do your conspiracy theories all day. I'm gonna trust the scientists with that, because if it's someone with malicious intent, they just got malicious intent. You can't change that. But it's there. And I'm gonna say, like I say to all of you guys, love each other. Be blessed. Wear your mask. If you have underlying health issues, please get a shot. Now, the survival of mankind is at the brink of being able to be controlled. For years, we've destroyed rainforests, woodland, and other natural ecosystems for the mammals and the species of this blue marble. We've overpopulated this planet. We've ignored the change in our climate. We've dismissed millions of meteors and meteorites and comets that barely miss us, trying to wipe us all out. all because we choose to be on different sides of humanity. But I'm here to share with you now the planet and its first inhabitants are attempting to reclaim balance. No Republican, no Democrat, no race, no gender is safe. We're not safe from the battle between man and its first inhabitants of this blue marble. If you're a believer or not, animals roamed this planet years before man, decades before any woman, or probably years before any woman, eons. But looking back on our history, every species of great proportion stared in the face of extinction. We are now staring in the face of our extinction.